Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kathy. So I wanted to do a quick video. I don't know if you guys have heard the saying, if you were the only person on earth, Jesus still would have died for you. He still would have been crucified, beaten, treated horribly, went to the cross, died, rose again, and been resurrected so you can live with him in eternity, for eternity in heaven. So when I first heard that, it's probably just been maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I couldn't wrap my head around it. I mean, I guess I can say I believe it, but it's so hard for me to even wrap my head around it. That why, oh my gosh, to me, it's almost just too much for my brain to absorb and digest and make sense of. So let me know if you've ever heard that before, that saying, if you were the only person on earth, that Jesus would have still died for you and went through everything he went through and, just for you. So like I said, it's almost too much for me to even comprehend and think about, because I just think, my gosh, I'm a filthy wretch, and I did a whole video on that a couple months ago. You can check that out. Yeah, so and since we are in Holy Week right now, which is between Palm Sunday and Resurrection Day, which people would say Easter Sunday. Yeah, it just brings to mind that, what Jesus went through, and I'm doing videos every day about Holy Week and what happened on each day, what the Bible says that happened. So you can check that out. There is a playlist also, so you can start at Palm Sunday, and then what happened on Monday, Tuesday, and so forth, all the way through. And it's really fascinating with that. So since we're in that season right now of Holy Week and Easter, Resurrection Day, that saying came to mind, that, yeah, Jesus would have died for you. Anyone who is a believer in him, a follower of his, that he would have still went to the cross and went through all that just for one person. And yeah, like I said, I have such a hard time wrapping my head around that, because I think of, all humanity. Okay, that makes sense. That makes me feel better, because if it's just me, it's like I'm like I said, a filthy wretch. And yeah, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't even want him to do that for me, because and he knows how I am. I know how I am. I know my past. He knows my past, just like all of us. But I'm a new person now, like the Bible says, we become new. Our old selves go away. We're born again. And all of that. But sometimes it is just, for me, too much to even wrap my head around. I mean, I'm grateful beyond any words. I can never, thank Jesus enough for what he's done for me, for everyone, for my loved ones, for everyone who follows him. We get to live in heaven for eternity with him and our saved loved ones, which, again, that alone is almost too much to comprehend. A lot of people who don't know Jesus and aren't believers in Christianity, they just think, yeah, you just die. We're just here for this life, no real purpose, whatever, and then you die, and that's it. But no, there is eternity. And so, as the saying goes, you're either going north or you're going south. So, which that might be another video I'll do. yes, so I can't wait to go north and for all of that to be in heaven for eternity with him and all of my saved loved ones and friends and family and everyone. So, but yeah, so let me know what you guys think. If you've heard that before, if you can even wrap your head around it. I mean, I would probably just turn into a crying, bawling mess if I really just thought about it. And yeah, that would probably just take up the rest of my day of just, oh my gosh, I am so not worthy of that. Like I said, I'm just a disgusting, filthy wretch and all of that. But Jesus still, died for me. Oh my gosh. So yes, I can't wait to read what you guys say, what you think. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope everyone's having a great Holy Week as we go through going towards Resurrection Day, which that's what it's all about. Jesus conquering death. And yeah, so we have eternity to look forward to. All right. Hope everyone's having a good day and God bless.